Griffin Park on the campus of Dutchtown High School in Geismar. It's time for high school baseball on the Rev Game of the Week. My name's Lyall Boudreaux, and along with Mike Mohler, we welcome you to today's District 5-5A game between the Amant Gators and the Dutchtown Griffins. When we return, we'll talk about today's matchup. Mike will have Dutchtown's starting lineup. All of that followed by the first pitch right here on the Rev Game of the Week.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at rossdowninghammond.com, rossdowninggonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
If you believe in me, I'll be the first one in our family to graduate college.
I'll be the one to change our history of diabetes.
I'll live a healthy life.
If you believe in me, I'll know my worth is more than face value.
I'll be stronger than a weak heart. I'll know 68 pounds carries weight in this world.
If you believe in me,
I'll believe in myself.
Belief in our children can change their future. Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health.
The Title Law Firm has been fighting for our clients to get their best recovery for over 20 years. And now that tradition will continue to the next generation.
Hi, I'm Rick Tata, the newest member of the Title Law Firm.
We understand that it can be frustrating dealing with your claim.
So we're here to help you get what you deserve. If you're seriously injured in an accident, call the Title Law Firm today.
We're not just a face on an ad.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Welcome back to Griffin Park here in Geismar, campus of Dutchtown High School, where you see the records of our two teams today. Dutchtown 27-2, 6-0 in first place in district. Meanwhile, Sanamo at 25-4 and 5-1. And Mike, it's going to be a little bit unique this afternoon because even though we are at Griffin Park, Dutchtown is the visitors in game one. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, don't get confused. I mean, so this first game was supposed to be played Tuesday at Sanamo. Due to Mother Nature, you know, the rain kind of caught us. Ended up moving it to today. They're going to play both of them, you know, with the holiday weekend. Getting a little, I don't know. I don't want to say hiccups, but you got your Good Fridays tomorrow and your Holy Saturday, so they're going to try to get both of them in today. So Santa Maria will be your visiting team for game one, and Dutchtown will go back and be the Santa Maria will be the home team, and then Dutchtown will be the home team in the second game.
So let's take a look now at the coaching records. Of course, Chris Shakespeare, an institution here at Dutchtown High, now in his 15th year, and kind of the new kid on the block, Brandon Bravado. What a job he has done. As you can see, the numbers for both outstanding in district play as far as leading their teams.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Coach Shake Snyder, his resume speaks for itself, but you kind of got to look there. He is a Santa Maria alum, and he's 21-14 against them, so I guess he kind of holds a little something over them for right now. But Bravado, look, third year, he's 61-17 overall. That's impressive. 12-4 in the district. That's been pretty good the 3 years that he's been here, and his record against Dutchtown is 1-1.
So there are the coaches. They're both meeting on home plate right now. The umpires are coming out, and it's 80 degrees. The winds are out of the east today at 6 miles an hour, and you can see the flags in the background. And I wouldn't think, Mike, that the wind will be much of a factor today, but what a beautiful day. Considering what last Tuesday was 48 hours ago, what a gorgeous day to play today. Just Ernie Banks would love a day like today, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he played a lot of day games. He did, but like you said, Tuesday bad weather. Yesterday also. We couldn't have got a game in yesterday as well. So, two games that have to be played. So we're going to get them both in today.
And as we said, now it's going to be a little bit confusing because Dutchtown is the visitors in game one. Santa Maria will be the visitors in game two. They elected to play both today instead of possibly one today, one tomorrow. They're going to both be played today. And right now, as the umpires are meeting with the coaches, Chris Shakespeare has turned in this batting order, as this is how the Griffins will line up. What a season they have had so far. 27-2 on the year, 6-0 in district play.
Yeah, leading off for the Griffins today, the left fielder Ethan Mayo. The right fielder, Colin Dupree, hits second. Tanner Vadney, he'll play third base and hit third. In the cleanup spot today, Will DeLong, and he plays first base. The designated hitter will bat fifth, Nathan Monto. Your shortstop, Pearson Pyron, will bat sixth. Second baseman, Grant Morrison, will be seven hole. Catcher, Caleb Ickes, will hit eighth. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Reuben Williams.
Mike, as we that's the batting order for Dutchtown. And, of course, you spent 7 years in the big leagues as a relief pitcher, started some during your time up in the bigs. I say that because we have got a premier pitching matchup today. Let's talk about Nick Gisclair for Dutchtown. You got Jacob Myers. What a year that senior right-hander has had for Santa Maria. We've got a dream matchup this afternoon here in Ascension Parish.
Yeah, everybody's talking about Myers. He just kind of emerged out of nowhere, right? And he's just having a superb year. But, numbers on paper, you look at Nick Gisclair, and he's going toe-to-toe with him. He comes in 6-0. He's got a .78 ERA. He struck out 51 hitters in 36 innings pitched with only 11 walks. And then you look at Jacob Myers. He's got a 1.13 ERA. He's got 37 innings pitched, but what really stands out is the 69 strikeouts. That's impressive against only 14 walks.
We've been doing this, you and I, for about 5 years now, and I don't know of a parish matchup that we have had together where we've had two starters with these numbers that they have today.
Yeah, I agree. Inter-parish, I don't think we've done one. We did the Blaine Inlow and Hilliard game when Santa Maria played Central. But within the parish, I don't think we've seen a matchup between two pitchers, the quality of these two that we're going to see today.
Well, Santa Maria is about to take the field. You're talking about a couple of hot baseball teams right now. For Dutchtown, they have won 16 straight games. As a matter of fact, they have won 24 of their last 25. Their last loss came in the Jay Patterson shootout back on March 12th. They lost 7-6 to Sulphur. They are a red-hot ball club. And Santa Maria, on the other hand, they had won 16 straight before they lost to Catholic High 8-4 last Saturday. They have won 23 of their last 24. So what a matchup we have. A lot of times you try and, build it up, build something up. This needs no hype at all.
Yeah, game of the year in the parish nonetheless. So, this year for sure. And you talk about, Santa Maria dropped that game to Catholic High Saturday. They led that game through 6 innings, 2-1. So just one bad inning gave them a little hiccup. And, if not, they would have had a streak like Dutchtown as well.
So here we go. Dutchtown Santa Ma has taken the field. Dutchtown. It's going to be Ethan Mayo, Colin Dupree, Tanner Vadney. And as a starting pitcher, Mike, obviously got to get over the jitters a little bit in this first inning. You got a nice crowd. It's, I think the school is out now as they got off today, and you got the Easter break coming up. But you got to throw strikes, pump in strikes, and get ahead early in this ball game.
Yeah, you do. And I mean, that for Myers, I mean, he pitched very, very well against Catholic High. But if you want to talk about being battle tested, that's a good game to start off with. But however, it's something a little bit different whenever you get inside of Ascension Parish. So there's going to be some adrenaline going there, which is good. I mean, if you don't have, then that's probably a problem. But just kind of want to try to harness it. Work ahead early, mix in a couple pitches, get a little strike zone established for yourself, and then work from there.
As we get ready to go, and they fire it down, throw it around. Jacob Myers on the bump. Young man cut off as a freshman. Look at him now. Look at the numbers we talked about. He's ready to go. Ethan Mayu steps in. First pitch of the ball game is a swing and a miss on some heat. It's 0-1.
Yeah, exactly what you want if you're Santa Ma. First pitch of the game, just pipe one right by. And then he tends, from what I understand, I haven't seen him pitch live, but he likes to work up and down in the strike zone. Get ahead down in the strike zone and finish you off up ahead. You get to run that ball up to 90, 92, 93. It's going to be tough to catch up.
Wow. 1, 2, 3. And you couldn't start any better if you're Santa Ma. And right now, let's take a look at the Gators on defense.
In the outfield for the Gators, from left to right, you're going to have Landon Stewart, Cole Poirier, and Braden Curriger. On the infield at third base, Blaze Lalonde. Shortstop, Ryder Mohler. Second baseman, Lee Amadei. First base, Dallas Moran. And today's battery will be Connor Molazon and Jacob Myers.
Yeah, we may struggle a little bit with Connor all day long, but we're going to work our best to get it right. And it's talk about pumping in some strikes. Myers has thrown 5 pitches, all 5 strikes. This is Colin Dupree, the right fielder, batting .346 on the year. Myers just getting the ball back, and he's ready to work. First ball, it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, you got Tanner Vadney. Myers just going with number 1 right now, doesn't it? It looks like, Mike.
Yeah, if you can get away with it, he's just challenging him, man. Here it is. Hit it. My best against yours.
And the count now 2-2.
Good look right there by Dupree.
I've never experienced it. I don't know. Maybe you have, Mike, in all your years. 3 straight fastballs, 3 strikes to start a ball game. That's got to feel good.
If I did, it wasn't with the velocity that he's throwing right now. But, yeah, I mean, that's exactly – I mean, you talked about it. I mean, you're going to have the adrenaline. You got to come in here. The worst thing you can do is let that adrenaline affect you and just start ball, walk here, and let Dutchtown, get some free passes. And he just comes right out of the chute.
Yeah, you allow him to build an inning. Did miss by much, and the count full now at 3-2. Really good-looking numbers for Jacob Myers on the year. Oh, he has put together our senior season. Payoff pitch. Got him. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts.
That ball was good. It was located very well, too. I mean, we saw him throw 3 pretty much kind of right down the middle of Mayo, the first hitter. And that one, Dupree worked him a little bit. He painted that ball in the outside corner.
This is going to now bring up Tanner Vadney, the third baseman. Jacob Myers looks into his catcher, gets the sign. That pitch stays upstairs. Vadney, the leading hitter. Well, make that Will DeLon on deck's the leading hitter. Vadney, though, is at .365. He leads in home runs and RBIs. He's got 36 runs batted in. Belt high fastball for a strike. And the count's 1-1. Also when you got a guy pumping in strikes, striking people out, it makes the defense look very good.
Yes, it does. And, I mean, it keeps them on the toes, right? And then you keep the umpire in the game. I mean, you know all about that. You're around the zone. It makes it so much fun. It keeps the umpire on his toes. You're going to get some of those borderline pitches in your favor.
That was his worst miss so far of this inning, which has been very good. Now he misses again outside. So working away from Vadnais, the count now 2 balls and a strike. First of the 3 batters that Myers has fallen behind on. It's now 3-1. How about that? Pours one in, paints the outside corner.
3-1 paintball.
Yeah, they say sit on something 3-1. I don't know if you sit on that.
Yeah, but I mean, you're looking for a pitch to drive, right? And that
Yep.
pitch is painted on the outside corner.
Struck out the side. What a start for Jacob Myers. Santamar, the dugout is out to greet him as he crosses the foul line. 3 strikeouts to end the inning. Coming up to bat now will be Santamar, and let's look at the batting order filled out today by Santamar coach Brandon Bravada.
Leading off for the Gators, the second baseman was going to be Lee Amadei. The shortstop, Ryder Mohler, hits second. Braden Kurger, he plays right field, and he'll hit third. Batting cleanup is the third baseman, Blaise Lalonde. The center fielder, Cole Poirier, will hit fifth. The designated hitter, Ashton Ellis, will be in the 6th hole. Landon Stewart will play left field, and he'll hit, Connor Molazon will hit 7th. He's the catcher. Landon Stewart playing left field. He'll hit 8th. And in the 9 hole, first baseman, Dallas Moran.
Yeah, we had a little hiccup. Switch Stewart and Molazon. And what how does Nick Gisclair? He's got Gisclair. He's got some work to do. As we look around real quick here as Gisclair goes through his warm-up tosses. We have got ourselves one heck of a crowd building up here at Griffin Park.
I think we have the whole Ascension Christian baseball team here. They all wore their unis, but impressive too, right? 4 o'clock start. A lot of people don't get off work till 5 o'clock, so really interested to see what this is going to look like around 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
So it's going to be Lee Amadei, Ryder Mohler, and then Braden Kurger. Lee Amadei leads it off. He is hitting .373. That leads Santamar. 21 walks. And Lee, from his leadoff position, has 12 stolen bases. Gisclair works from a stretch with nobody on. First pitch. Outside. Amadei drawing 21 walks in that leadoff spot. Gator second baseman. Got a corner call. It's 1-1.
Yeah, kind of what you want, prototypical leadoff hitter. You see Amadei's got quite a few more walks than anybody else on Santamar's team. That's what you want, that leadoff hitter to get on base.
Threw that one right above the hands, and it's now 1-2.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you see it so much more of that these days, that pitching up in the zone. Even when you watch TV, it's so effective that, it looks so good, but that ball just kind of catches a second in gear, and it's just hard to catch up to.
Got him. How about we've had 4 batters on this beautiful Holy Thursday, and we've had 4 strikeouts. So far, both pitchers have their A games cooking. And let's take a look now at Dutchtown on defense real quick.
So in the outfield for the Griffins today, from left to right, we're going to have Ethan Mayu, Ruben Williams, and Colin Dupree on the infield. Third baseman, Tanner Vadnais. Shortstop, Pearson Pyron. At second base, Grant Morrison. At first base, Will DeLon. And the batter today for the Griffins, doing the catching, Caleb Ickes. And on the mound, Nick Gisclair.
First pitch to Ryder Mohler was called a ball. Interesting batting order change for Coach Bravada, as this pitch is going to be fouled out of play past the first base dugout. Mohler has been in the 9 hole all year long, and for this huge doubleheader today, they've moved him up to the 2 spot.
Yeah, they have. It's a big promotion, if you will, per se,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, from the 9 hole to the 2 hole, but he's been putting the ball in play.
Batting .298 on the year.
Just a sophomore, too. I mean, .298 on the year, that's pretty solid. The competition that they've been in, he's picked up 13 RBIs in that 9-hole spot as well.
Looked like a slider right there by Gisclair, wasn't it? Or
I missed that.
This is another foul ball off to the right side. On deck, it is Braden Kurger. We're going to be taking a look after this half, after the middle of the second inning. We'll take a look at the district standings, and you'll see the importance of this game. With Dutchtown in first place, Catholic and Santamar right behind. A little slow chopper. Going to be a tough play. and he threw it away down the right field line. Mohler is going to head for second. Throw is going to be late. That's going to be an infield single and an error, allowing the runner to reach. And our first runner in scoring position. See what we can see here on the replay. Looked like, a good throw would probably have had him.
Yeah, I agree. I think the hardest part of that play was that ball was spinning so much and it kind of short hopped, and Ickey's barehanded it. That's the first part of the play right there that I thought was impressive. Maybe just rushed, didn't set his feet quite enough to make a good solid throw and pulled Will DeLon off the bag over there.
First pitch is a wild pitch. So all of a sudden, Mohler now is at third base. And, you know, Mike, here's one of those things, man, a little bit of the, you know, you talk about it a lot. Well, I think this was a fastball here as he maybe just gripped it a little too hard.
Maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Hey, that guy's on second base. You have one out. You can still get, two more outs and leave him out there. At best, he'll get to third base. But you see Ickey's try to backhand that fastball right there instead of kind of getting in front of it.
Infield's going to stay back. This pitch is outside and the count 2-0. You know, a little surprise maybe with the pitching matchup here that you're going to play the infield back, although it's only the first inning. Because it figures to be low scoring.
Especially with what we saw out of Myers. Right. I mean, punched out the first three hitters, looked pretty dominant.
And just Claire right now, he just kind of needs to calm down a little bit because he's falling behind Kurger 3-0. Kurger with those 16 RBIs. Green light. How about that double play? What a play by Vadnais. And that's how you get out of trouble.
Wow. 3-0 green light for Kurger right there. Absolutely barrels this, a missile to third base. And Vadnais, super instincts right there. Make the catch, first thing important, right? And then all you can do to stretch out to get that double play.
Great camera work by our guys. We're through one and scoreless on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Along with Mike Mohler, I'm Lyall Boudreaux. I'm back. We're at Griffin Park enjoying a very good high school baseball game. What a play by Vadnais to get Dutchtown out of trouble.
Boy, you're right. Hey, I just want to say welcome back again. It's been 2 years since you've been in the booth.
25 months.
You don't sound very rusty at all, so welcome back.
Couldn't have picked a better game to come back on. This is interesting. Dutchtown at 27-2, Santa Moa at 25-4. Will DeLon leads it off, takes a pitch for a ball. Myers' next pitch, called strike. Myers struck out the side in the top of the first. DeLon's going to be followed by Nathan Manso and Pearson Pyron. Foul back and out of play. Is that the first ball I think maybe Dutchtown's put even touched?
I think did Vadnais
I don't think he fouled one
no.
off.
Okay.
Boy, Myers wastes no time. He's got his sign. He's ready to work. Got him. 4 in a row, and Myers, at least through 4 batters, Mike, is the real deal.
And it's going to be a long day for the Griffins if they keep chasing that pitch. I mean, you can't hit that pitch. That's 90 and above, up out of the zone. And like we talked about earlier, his MO apparently is he's going to get ahead down in the zone and finish you off up in the zone. If the Griffins keep waving at those, it's going to be a long day.
Monso had maybe the best swing we've seen from a Griffin today as he fouled that pitch out of the mitt. Nathan batting .371 on the year, got 9 doubles, 30 RBIs, and he's also drawn 20 walks. Very valuable player because he's also one of the aces of this pitching staff.
Yeah, we'll see him in game 2 of this, this game. So I'm sure they'll use him sparingly, especially on the base pass, probably if they need to.
A ball, a strike to count. There's 1 out, nobody on. We're scoreless. We're playing in the top of the second. Yes, Dutchtown is batting in the top of the second. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. This is the first game. It's the game that was scheduled for Santa Ma on Tuesday. That's why the Gators are the home team here. After this game, they're going to play game 2. Dutchtown will be the home team. This ball hit well. If it stays fair, it's got a chance. Down the line, it is out of here. Home run, Nathan Monso. He jumps all over it, and Dutchtown leads 1-0.
Boy, he got a fastball inside. I don't know if that was up. I couldn't really tell if we see the replay again here, but typically those lefties like that ball down and in.
Wow. Did he put a charge into that one? All Braden Courier could do was just look up.
It was it. The only question was, it going to be fair or foul? I mean, it looked like, the wind was kind of carrying it just a little bit, but, man, he put a charge in that ball. And all you got to do is put a good swing on it, right? Let the pitcher supply all the power, and that's what can happen sometimes.
Boy, baseball, huh, Mike?
Uh-oh, what do we have going on here? Did
but
he
I mean,
third base or something?
How can you even think about a home run after what we've seen the first 4 batters?
Yeah, I just got to finish saying it's going to be a long day if they keep swinging at that pitch. And Monso takes it bridge on the very next pitch.
Just don't see a lot of towering fly balls like that in high school, do you?
No, that's one of the first that I've seen here.
That ball had some height to it.
We've seen Will DeLon hit a home run the other day, but it was a kind of a rocket, right?
Yeah.
That one was like a majestic.
Yeah, right. Here's Pearson Pyron, the shortstop. Fouls one back. Pretty good swing by Pearson. In the 6 hole, he's got 30 RBIs. That's a pretty good number.
Yeah, you look at the averages above him, though. Everyone's hitting 316, 346, 365, 479, 370. So he's got a lot of guys putting themselves in scoring position, and he's doing his job picking them up.
A ball and a strike now, the count. On deck, it is Grant Morrison. Santa Ma had a threat. Double play ball got Dutchtown out of the bottom of the first. There's that high heat again. Coming up empties Pyron, and it's 1-2. Well, I'm impressed with Myers. He is all business on that bump.
Yeah, he is, and just think of the one thing that stands out to me, you give up a homer like that, sometimes you see him
look at this
get
ball.
a little shook up. That's going to be foul.
It's hooking, but it's got home run distance, but it's foul.
Yep, long strike. But again, what impressed me was he came back for next pitch. Fastball, let's go. That file it, you got it. You hit a home run, let's go. I'm not going to let it affect me. Buckle down and go right at the next hitter.
A ball and 2 strikes to count. See if this will stay in play. First baseman's going to give it a look. Dallas Moran, but that's going to be just past the dugout. First base side, the bullpen area. Nice crowd. It's starting to get a little overcast here, but no threat of rain in the forecast. We're going to play 2 today. Oh, what a day to play baseball, huh?
Man. I mean, before we got here, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. It actually kind of.
This ball's got gap potential as chasing it down is going to be Poirier. Pyron is going to head into second base with a stand-up double as Pearson Pyron finds the gap and just picked up his 9th double of the year.
Yeah, good job right there. Got a ball up. I don't think it was quite as high as we see it again here, as Myers would have wanted it. More belt level right there. Something that Pyron can handle, and he didn't miss it. Barrels it into right center field for a double.
Well, Poirier did a good job to prevent that from because that ball gets by Poirier in center field. It's going to be a triple for Pyron with only one out. And after 4 straight strikeouts and almost hopeless at the plate for Dutchtown, solo home run, doubling the gap in right field, and it's going to bring up Grant Morrison. You know, one of the things about this Dutchtown team is they're very deep. They've got length to their lineup, and it's showing already right now.
Yeah, they do. And, the last game we did against East Ascension, we saw 9. It was almost like a line change came in, and every one of those guys, very talented, put the barrel on the ball, good hits, good swings, good at-bats.
Myers works from the stretch for the first time today. Challenges Morrison, swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Working with a 3-man umpiring crew today. 80 degrees out here at Griffin Park in Geismar. Mohler holds Pyron close at second. 1-1 to count. Well, Myers was really pumped up that first inning, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. As well as he should have been. He threw the ball
maybe we
very
can check and see if anybody's had a watch on him.
See if we can get some velo.
Yeah. Oh.
That's a tough pitch to handle. That's a good take, actually, right there, because, that ball, 90-plus, inside black's going to be all over your hands. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Yeah, with a wooden bat, the bat would have never survived that swing, would it?
No. So we say throwing chainsaws in there, cutting bats in half.
1-2 the count now. Check the runner. Turn that one over a little bit.
Yeah, that's a pitch that Myers is going to need. Dutchtown showed that. He got through the first inning, but this lineup is a little bit too good to live just on your fastball. He's going to need to get that breaking ball over for his strikes to keep him honest.
2-2 now the count. Boy, they are paying a whole lot of attention to Pyron. Let's take a look at his numbers.
He's got 6 stolen bases. Typically, I'm sure their majority of them, I would assume, would be stealing second base, not third base.
Two count. Check the runner. Boy, talk about a delayed call. Morrison was already walking away from the plate before the call was made.
Yeah, I think you might have got the verbal. You might have heard him say, got the verbal call before we saw the actual hand signal.
And that is 5 strikeouts for Myers.
Every out he's gotten has been a punch out.
Well, you talked about his numbers, innings pitched and strikeouts, and we're seeing it right now.
Yeah, he's almost 2 strikeouts per inning. Well, let's see. If you add a 73, yeah, almost there right now. He's got 38 innings and 74 strikeouts. Two shy of 2-1, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and we're talking about the 14th of April. We're talking about 3-4 games left in the season. We're not talking about the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're right. That's like video game numbers.
First pitch to Ickes is high. Caleb is hitting 128 on. Make that 281. 18 RBIs. He's a senior. In case you missed it, softball brackets came out today. Santa Maria is going to host Captain Shreve on Saturday. That'll be out at Lady Gator Park. We'll tell you about the other 2 parish teams after this pitch. Foul back. East Ascension got a tough draw. They are in the playoffs, though. Congratulations. After the last couple of years, last year 0-18, they go to West Monroe. But, just being in the playoffs, Coach Ryan Lewis did a great job.
Quite the turnaround from last year.
And Dutchtown's going to go in as, I think it was the 18 seed. They go to Benton. And the winner of Benton and Dutchtown gets the Santa Maria game in the second round. So Ickes, the batter, lines it in the left field, and that's going to be an RBI hit. Pyron will coast in Ickes is heading for second and slides in safe. Wow, Ickes jumps all over that pitch, and it is 2-0 on a 2-out hit, and we are going to get a courtesy runner coming in, and that will be Jackson Graddick.
Yeah, that breaking ball right there hung. Like I said, Myers is going to need that pitch to be, to continue to be effective. That one right there just hung up something that Ickes could handle. And Ickes didn't miss it. I mean, that's one you want to barrel. You don't want to be out in front and kind of pop that up. But, coming off of the fastball that Myers has, that breaking ball he cannot leave up.
This is going to bring up Reuben Williams. And I will say this, Mike, when you look at things after that first inning, this Dutchtown lineup is really stepping their game up in this second inning. A lot of times, as you well know, it's the second time through the batting order, not the second inning.
Right. It's almost like they kind of found something out, went back, told the other guys in the dugout, the first three hitters that we saw, but absolutely no panic, right? Punch out the side in the first inning. Nobody with the Griffins panicked.
Center fielder Reuben Williams gets a good swing. He comes up empty, and the count's 1-1. Reuben's stolen bases down from last year. Well, last year he just put up some amazing. He stole over 30 bases.
Yeah, he's only got 52 at bats, opposed to somebody like Dupree who's got 81. So he's kind of been on the platoon thing out there with the four. With Dupree coming back, and he's kind of been an odd man out. At least for one game between the four outfielders that we've been used to seeing for Dutchtown.
Myers got that outside corner call, and the count is now 1-2. Make it 2-2. Try to go a little bit further outside that time.
Not a bad idea.
So Monso with a 1-out home run in this inning. A big 2-out double by Caleb Ickes drives home Pearson Pyron, who followed up the home run with a double. All 6 outs have been strikeouts, but the Gay Griffins do score 2. We're going to go to the bottom of the second inning, and it is Dutchtown 2, Santamon nothing. And we're going to take a look now at the district standings, and you're going to see how the top 3 teams in this district are putting together quite a seasons.
Yeah, like we spoke about it, we know Dutchtown 27-2 and Santamon 25-4. I mean, they come into this game with 6 total losses and only 1 district loss. I mean, you see Catholic just ahead of Santamon just because they have 2 more games played, but kind of top heavy. The top 3 that we're used to seeing in there. Typically, we'll see East Ascension in there as well, but it's still a toss-up. I think any one of these 3 teams can win this district, or they could all tie.
How about that, though? 27 wins for Dutchtown, 25 for Santamon. I just don't recall, at least in the 5 years you and I have been doing these games, as we take a look at Coach Chris Shakespeare and his staff, I just don't recall those kind of that many wins by these teams.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at the wins so much. I'm just looking like they haven't lost like 2 games.
Right.
I mean, that's just crazy. And the schedule they play and the tournaments they're in. I mean, there's some stout teams in those tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, this Dutchtown Ball Club, they went on the road and won a huge game at Sam Houston. You and I have done a playoff game at Sam Houston. That in Moss Bluff, that is not an easy place to play.
No, and then you turn around and you see what Sam Houston does to Barb. It makes it even that much better.
Ground ball to Grant Morrison on the first pitch to Blaze Lalonde. 1 pitch, 1 out for Nick Gisclair, who's now working with a 2-0 lead here in the second.
Yeah, good pitch right there. A little breaking ball down in the zone. Looked like Lalonde kind of pulled off of it just a little bit. But if you're Gisclair, that's exactly what you're trying to do. Early outs.
Here is Cole Poirier, the center fielder. Cole takes the first pitch down and away. Cole batting .337 on the year. He leads the Gators with 2 home runs, 21 RBIs. He had been hitting second most of the year. 2 balls in a row, and the count now 2-0. On deck, it'll be the DH, Ashton Ellis. Oh, it's been a tale of 2 innings for Dutchtown on offense. Ball's going to be fouled out of play, and Poirier had a pretty good swing on that one, didn't he?
He had a pretty good pass at that one right there.
He got out. He was on his back leg,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
He was. Looked like Dave Kingman back in the early 70s.
That ball would have been Titanic had he barreled it up. Another good swing in the count, 2-2. This may be as good a crowd as I've seen in this ballpark.
Well, you're right. I do remember that Dutchtown East Ascension playoff game when East Ascension came in here and won. That was a pretty good crowd, too.
Nice swing by Poirier, and that's going to be a base hit in the left field in front of the left fielder, Ethan Mayo. Good at bat all the way around for Poirier. He had 3 good passes at it.
Absolutely. I mean, he goes ahead in the count 2-0, gets a pitch that he can drive and does exactly what you're taught to do, like come unglued, right? Middle in. He does, just misses it, shows a little discipline, goes 2-2, gets a breaking ball up in the zone. Doesn't try to get too big with it. Stays simple. Gets Sandomal's first base hit.
Ashton Ellis now, the DH. Takes a pitch high. Ellis hitting .284 on the year.
I stand corrected. Could be the second base hit if they count Mohler's.
Yeah, you're right. As the infield single.
Yeah, at bat as an infield single.
Like Gisclair might have rushed that pitch up, and the count's 2-0. You got Connor Malazon. I feel good. We got about 4 people up here in the press box, and we're all saying it differently. So one of us is right. Got the call there. Ellis is not happy with that call. You know, this is a game too. As speaking from a former umpire, it's a game you love to umpire because you know you got 2 guys that are going to be around the plate.
2 guys that are going to come right at you all day long. Ruben doesn't see it. Ruben doesn't see it. Oh, yeah, he does now.
This is a fly ball to center field. Griffins have a man under it. It's Ruben Williams. Despite Mike's wondering.
I'm telling you, watch him. Watch the replay here. He's going to put his hands up. He doesn't see it. Yep, no idea.
You're okay.
Okay, there it is.
Well, I will tell you, well, there's no doubt your eyes are better than mine. I didn't see that. But you're right. I guess you could say that's a break for Dutchtown. That it was hit right at him.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he lost it on the way up. He saw it off the bat. And like an outfielder, you're taught to like read the ball off the bat as well as you can.
Well, they've just called a balk.
Oh, missed that. Did he not come set? That's usually the case.
Well, my umpiring theory is when you get 3 high school umpires, you're going to normally get a balk in the game because one of the umpires is going to not have anything to do, and he's bored.
Yeah.
So Poirier moves up to second on the balk. Curveball, a strike.
Good pitch right there. That was actually a little front door breaking ball, first pitch to Malazon.
Runner in scoring position, second one for the Gators. Good swing. We've had some good swings in this game by both sides.
And I mean, it is to be expected. I mean, you look at these batting averages in the, even just the records of these two squads right here. You know they're going to be aggressive on both sides of the field.
Sun shining brightly here at Griffin Park. Sold it off on him. What a play. What a catch by Gisclair, taking care of business himself.
Man, that ball got inside big time, I think, right here on Malazon. Not real sure how Nick kept his footing there. Last little stab right at the end of the glove, snow cone.
After 2, Dutchtown's on top, 2-0 on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Welcome back to Griffin Park here in Geismar. This is the first of what's going to be a doubleheader. We've got the first game for you here on our Rev Game of the Week. Next week, we're going to go to EA, Santa Maria and EA next Tuesday. We'll live stream that game for you right here on our Rev YouTube channel, Rev Sports 1. Dutchtown is the visiting team here in Game 1, as this is considered the Tuesday game, which was rained out at Santa Maria. They're going to play right after this game, the second game, which Dutchtown will be the home team. Back topside the order, and leading it off is going to be Ethan Mayo, and Ethan has seen 4 pitches, and it's been 4 strikes.
Yeah, that was a pitch right there, almost unhittable, tight and on the black one inside. Looked like Mayo almost tried to wear that one.
This pitch misses down low. Jacob Myers, 6 punch-outs. All 6 outs have been strikeouts. Mayo bats .316 on the year. He was before the game began. Swing and a miss. Boy, that's great location on that. You're not going to do anything.
I mean, it's not, and it's so the risk reward on that pitch is so tough because you want it. You can't get it too high, or they're going to take it, right? And if you get it too low, it's right down the middle, and it's going to get crushed. Tried to overthrow that one just a little bit.
Was he trying to? Was that going to be a slider or
no?
A
that was
ball?
just straight fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Halfield plays straight away for the left fielder for Dutchtown. Leading it off here in the top of the third. That one got away from him. Well, I mean, that first inning, Jacob Myers was, wow. He was electric. Payoff pitch. And a good start to Dutchtown's third inning.
Now batting for the Griffins.
That'll be the first walk of the game.
Colin Dupree.
Let's see now how Coach Shakespeare decides to play here. If he's going to maybe try to do a little small ball add-on. So Mayo, the base runner, over at first base. 4 stolen bases on the year. Dupree struck out his first time up. Dupree committed to South Carolina. He'll be playing in the SEC. Myers from the belt. Pitch is outside. And that's one thing Myers all year, his control has been pretty much impeccable.
Yeah, it has. I mean, we saw him just walk Mayo right there, but I mean, you look at the strikeouts to walk ratio, it's just, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, you just got to somebody just let us know it. I think he's pitching at 92, 93 right now, velo-wise, and if you can get that ball to that just above that belt high level that I was talking about, that's got to be borderline unhittable.
You know, you talk 92, 93, that's unheard of almost for high school.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, back in your day, which was the mid-late 80s, I mean, that nobody threw that hard that I know of.
At the first pick of the draft, Ben McDonald threw 90.
There you go.
I mean, you know,
there you go.
We thought that was 190.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't even know what that looks like.
That pitch fouled straight back, so a pretty good swing there by Dupree. Counts a ball and a strike. Tanner Vadnais is the on-deck batter. Way up and away. It looks like, Mike, from here in Ted Babin's icebox that might have lost a few miles per hour on his fastballs in this inning.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, we seem to actually mix in a couple more breaking balls. Maybe that's a little deceiving. I haven't gotten the velo I got was from last inning, so not sure exactly where we are with it. But it looks like he's trying to be a little bit more careful. Maybe I don't even want to say tentative because he doesn't look tentative, but maybe trying to pick his spots a little bit. When you got somebody like Dupree up there, I mean, I've seen him have a bunch of tremendous at-bats. He's not going to give it away in at bat. He's not going to chase out of the zone. He's really good. He knows his strike zone. He's going to be disciplined. And I think Myers knows that. Maybe a little bit frustrating.
You know what's interesting? I'll ask you this question as a former pitcher after this pitch. 2-1 the count. 3-1. What's the mindset from a pitching perspective? I mean, you're basically invincible in the first inning. Then the second inning, you get hit around.
Yeah, that's kind of like I mean, I've never been like invincible to actually have experienced that, but from what those guys tell me, you know, the Ben Sheetses of the world, I mean, it's almost like coming in if you're a relief pitcher and you're coming in with guys on second and third tie game, and you got to get 2 outs without them scoring, and you do that, and then you kind of, you know, you're pumped up, big situation, you exhale, and then you come back out in the next inning, you have, you know, nobody on base. It's just a lighter situation. You kind of let your guard down. You know, I mean, that's the toughest part of pitching. You know, same kind of thing as when you see these pitchers go 1, 2, 3 in like 9 or 10 pitches, then they go in the dugout and they sit for 30 minutes because their team scores 10 runs. It's so hard to try to get that same focus and concentration when you go back out there on the mound.
Good swing by Dupree on that 3-1 pitch. He fouled it back. So see if they put the runner in motion now on a 3-2 count. Nobody out. Big play. Looked like he might have been leaning over there. Well, we're seeing a lot of students here today, too, and that's great to see.
Yeah. Well, Mayle's got 4 bags on the season. The leadoff hitter, we know he can run.
There he goes. Foul back. Boy, another good cut. I'll give this to Dutchtown. Ever since that second inning started, they've taken some pretty good swings.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. I mean, they can hit. They can flat out hit.
But
they're going to make adjustments.
You know, watching the Honville game that you and Jeff Porch did, I didn't really see these kind of swings in that game. Did you?
Yeah, it was early in the season too, right?
Oh, okay.
First week maybe. A lot of them got a lot more comfortable, getting in a better groove.
Not going, and that's ball 4.
It's a great at bat.
Yeah, it's a good point. That is a very good at bat.
That's what I talk about. I mean, that's kind of like some unsung things that you don't really, that don't stand out as ball players. I mean, we talk about Dupree going to South Carolina. That's what those coaches look at bats like that, especially against a pitcher like Myers.
Yeah, that's a good litmus test right there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So back-to-back walks have started the inning for Dutchtown. Here's Vadnais, the third of 3 strikeouts in the first inning. Tanner's had a 3-year career starting at third base for Coach Chris Shake-Snyder. And this first pitch misses outside. After this half inning, we're going to take a look at the power rankings. And this 2-game series right here today is going to have a bearing on the power rankings for our 2 teams that are playing today, whether or not they move up or down.
100%. We see that breaking ball right there from Myers again. I can't stress enough how he needs to get some breaking balls over to protect that fastball. I know it's 92, 93, but still, I mean, some good hitters on this high school baseball team in Dutchtown. They're going to turn some fastballs around. And I think the only breaking ball we've seen for a strike got hit by Ickes.
Yeah, there was some impressive second inning swings, but I don't know if Ickes maybe wouldn't have been the most impressive for me, considering he's one of the few hitters below 300 on the year.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to be looking fastball against Myers, right? Because you're going to get it blown by you, and then you got to adjust and keep your hands back and hit a breaking ball.
Nice location on that first pitch to start Vadnais off with a strike. Will DeLone is on deck. I'll make it a 1-1 count, I should say. That first pitch did miss. It's a 1-1 count. Well, Myers has really slowed his pace now too, hasn't he, with base runners?
Yes, he has. His pitch count's getting a little bit elevated here probably in this third inning.
That pitch fouled back by Vadnais. It's 1-2.
Went through him in the first inning like butter, probably less than 10 pitches, and then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first two batters, I think it was 6 pitches maybe.
May have been, yeah.
Monso with a solo shot in the second inning. Pearson Pyron with a double. Caleb Ickes drove him in with a 2-out double. That's our 2 runs that have been scored today. 1-2 on Vadnais, runners at first and second. Could be 2. Myers to second for 1. Throw to first and dug out by Moran. Nice play by Moran, who hadn't been playing a lot of first base. He digs it out as we look at the replay. 1-6-3.
Textbook right there. You see Myers make the play. First thing you got to do is set your feet, make a good throw to that shortstop right there. Mohler, good throw, good pick at first base by Moran. Just what Myers needed, too. I mean, first and second, no outs. That is huge. Let's see if he picks up his pace right now. That'll give you a little confidence boost.
I tell you what, Mohler's only a sophomore. He did a nice job turning that double play. Batter now Will DeLone. DeLone got out in front of that one and pulls it foul. See the left fielder, Landon Stewart, gives it a look.
Take a peek. Well, the field looks nice, huh? You see the starting to get a little, just a little bit of that sand left behind the infield there.
Right.
Just in time for the end of the season, right?
0-1 to count.
That's a good breaking ball right there.
0-2 to count. Good battle here.
Yeah, that's where he's got to throw that ball. I mean, it doesn't have to be the nasty wipeout kind of strike out everybody pitch breaking ball. You just got to flip it in there for some strikes every now and then. There you go.
Called strike 3. Gators get out of trouble. 2 walks to start the inning, but the double play, the big key. And we're going to go to the middle of the third. It is 2-0 Dutchtown on top. And we talked about the power rankings. Let's take a look, as you're going to see both Dutchtown and Santa Maria acquitting themselves very well in the state in 5A.
Yeah, I mean, you see Dutchtown there at number 4 and Santa Maria at 6. I think Dutchtown actually dropped a couple spots after some wins last week. They were in, I think, the 2 slot before.
It was McKinley. They went from 2 to 4 with the McKinley because McKinley's they lost power rank.
Right, and then I think Santa Maria jumped up 1 with their win against Catholic, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, the goal, the ultimate goal is to be in that top 4 so you can get home field advantage until you go to Sulphur. If that's not possible, then you want to be in the top 8 so you can get the first 2 games. So Dutchtown, Santa Maria looking really good with the positions they're in right now.
Yep, as you said, the key right now for Dutchtown sitting at 4, they would host because in baseball in the state of Louisiana, the higher seed hosts every round. So that way Dutchtown would host, as you said, all 3 rounds. And that's key because last year, they ended up having to go to Bastrop in round 2. Then they went to West Monroe in round 3 in the quarterfinals, and that's when their season ended.
Yeah, but played well in Bastrop. And then Santa Maria, who probably had the best momentum going into the playoffs last year, hosted Captain Shreve, I think it was, right?
Yes, it was.
And got clipped.
Yes. So Santa Maria doing a good job to get out of trouble after those 2 leadoff walks with the top of the batting order. This is Landon Stewart, the 8-hitter. He will be followed by Dallas Moran and Lee Amadei. First pitch from Jis Clare, a called strike. It's 0-1. Didn't miss by much. Count 1-1. You know, Moran, we talk about the turn in the middle by Mohler, which was very good. But the nice pick at first saved it for with Moran.
Like, really good pick. I mean, that just wasn't a short hop. That was kind of an in-betweener. That's the one you kind of – and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. Go out there, palm up, go towards that baseball to make that pick.
A ball to strike the count. Little number towards second. Morrison off balance to DeLone, and that's 1 away.
The ball, we've seen a lot of spin on there. The ball kind of got on the hands of Stewart there.
You know, I hadn't thought about it, Mike, until you talked about the pick at first, but with this turf, you're going to get a natural bounce on a pick at first, too, because you're not going to have dirt where you may have runners having taken leads and stuff, might chop up the dirt a little bit. You should get a good true read as Moran swings first pitch. There's Reuben Williams. He follows this one all the way.
Yeah, you're going to get true hops off the bat, typically on throws and picks, maybe some throws in the dirt, but the ones you have to be careful with, we see Reuben again there, camped underneath that for the easy second out, are the balls that we've seen two of them today. The balls that are spinning off the bat, you're still going to get some kind of pool cue English on those things. Even though it's turf, doesn't mean you're not going to get some kind of funky spin on those.
Good swing by Lee Amadei on the first offering from Nick Gisclair. Amadei, a strikeout victim his first time up. Lee batted leadoff all of last year. Oh, on the count. That pitch is high. Two quick outs here in the bottom of the third for Santa Ma as they trail 2-0. The first of two games to be played here today.
If you kind of watch Amadei's at-bats, they're a lot similar to Dupree's at-bats. They know their strike zone. They are super disciplined, and they rarely are you going to see them swing at pitches that they don't want to hit.
And it's 3-1. Amadei leads the Gators with 21 walks on the year. Foul tip into the mitt of Caleb Ickes.
That was it. I'm sure Lee wants that one back right there. I think that was a ball he could handle.
So it's a payoff pitch. Got him. Gisclair rolling along. We're through three. Dutchtown is on top, 2-0. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
And we return to Griffin Park, wherever you may be watching our live stream on Rev Sports 1 YouTube channel. We hope you're enjoying our telecast today. Along with Mike Mohler, Lyall Boudreaux, glad to be bringing it to you. After three, it is 2-0. Nathan Monso. Monso with a home run to put the Griffins on the board back in the second inning. And he fouls the first pitch off. As a team, Dutchtown came into the game with 9 home runs, so they now have 10. Monso, that was his second of the year. Jacob Myers with 7 strikeouts. A ball, a strike to count.
Yeah, and if you take a peek at the scoreboard over there, you see Griffins have 3 hits, Santa Ma have 2, so that's pretty even, right? But the Griffins are a little bit more timely in the home run. Obviously, you're going to pick up a run there, but Santa Ma just hadn't had it putting a couple hits together.
we'll see how this plays out. But that 2-out hit by Ickes is huge because it goes from 1 to 2, and now you got to score at least 3 to win, to beat them. 2 balls to strike the count. Myers works. 3-1. Just seems like he's been a little tentative after that first. Well, ever since Monceau's at bat, I guess, probably.
Yeah, he came back and fired some strikes to Parron that next at bat, but then Parron hit the double, right? And I think it was maybe a little bit after that.
Second inning in a row, a leadoff walk. That is now uncharacteristically the 3rd walk in the ball game for Jacob Myers. And it's going to bring up Pearson Pyron, who doubled into the right center field gap his only time up today. Had a chance to talk to probably the happiest man in Ascension Parish before the ball game, Pearson's dad, Jeff, who doesn't have to worry about a turf field for a while.
Yeah, not until Prairieville is built, I would assume.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
He'll take a vacation for a year and a half.
He deserves it. Oh, they were under the gun, weren't they?
Man.
That pitch almost hit him. A ball and no strikes to count. Trying to get the football fields ready. Then the baseball softball situation.
That's a pitch there that you typically would tell them, hey, let's wear one, get yourself in bed. I don't think so if that ball's coming 92, 93.
Uh-oh, got a snap throw to first base, but that ball bounces in.
2-0, good job by Moran right there. See how he kind of just got his body in front of it?
Yeah,
Keep that ball in front of you. Don't try to pick it, and if
right.
you just miss it, then that ball goes down the right field line.
Yeah, he gave the body up right there. He played
you're not going to get him.
He played that perfectly. Short lead this time by Monceau, and that's ball 3. And is this a mechanical issue maybe?
I don't know. I see him looking in the dugout now. I don't know if he's looking for some help maybe to tweak a little something or maybe a little fatigue.
If you coach Bravado, let's talk about that after this 3-0 pitch. And that is ball 4. So for the second inning in a row, you got back-to-back walks. And if you coach Bravado, Mike Mohler, what do you do? Because you've got another game. Your next pitcher is Dallas Moran.
Yeah,
You're down 2-0. You're going to play another game. And really, I think realistically the goal today coming in was let's split.
Yeah, I agree.
So what do you do here?
Well, I mean, this is your horse right here, right? I mean, you got East Ascension next week, and, you've already played all your other district games. But this is your horse. This is the game you want to try to win. Obviously, we want to try to win the first one. But if you see Dallas Moran, I was going to say, hey, Malazon would probably going to go out and talk to him or whatever, but you see Dallas go out there, even though he's a junior, probably been in this situation, just kind of goes out there, gives him a little pep talk. Let's go. You got this. Throw strikes. We're going to play behind you.
Grant Morrison shows bunt. That ball way inside. There is warm-up activity going on in the Santa Maria bullpen, but we can't see because of the windscreen. Could be Billingsley, I would think, probably.
Right-handed, whoever he is.
Man, I think Ted Babbins could try to put the binoculars on him, maybe. Or maybe he can see through the fence. I don't know.
Yeah. Some X-ray.
Pop the bunt up. Dallas Moran calls for it.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know how much at first base Moran plays, but he looks pretty comfortable out there. I mean, he's everywhere he needs to be.
That's actually going to end up being a foul ball out. Not what Dutchtown needed at all right there. The batter now will be Caleb Hickey's.
No, and if you Myers, you kind of grow on this. That's a plus for you right there. You're kind of digging a little hole for yourself out there.
That's a huge out.
Yeah, now you put the ladder on the side to kind of get yourself out of it.
Swing and a miss, and you can see right there, it looked like he had a little giddy up on that
was
pitch.
a first inning. That was first inning mechanics that we saw right there out of Myers.
Well, for your Dutchtown, you were willing to give up the out to advance on the second and third with only one out. 0-1 now to Ickes. We're playing in the fourth. Good play by Connor to catch that.
Malazon.
There you go. I was going to let you say it, Mike. I was just going to get out of the way for you.
Do you have it? You have to write it down phonetically correct or be able to pronounce it.
Myers slows the pace down. Strike at the belt.
Is that a call on the swing, or you think
I think that was on the pitch.
Okay.
And apparently there was some chirping coming out of the Dutchtown dugout because the home plate umpire took a couple steps and seemed like he kind of said something back.
Nipped it in the bud real quick.
Yep, which is what a good umpire is going to do. I think we've seen this guy work before, you and I, so obviously it was over 2 years ago, and he does a good job in complete control of the game. Good swing by Ickes. Boy, he was waiting on it. He was sitting on that pitch.
Yeah, he was.
And the count now 1-2. Ickes with a 2-out RBI double back in the second inning. 2 innings in a row, the third and now in the fourth. Myers has walked the first 2 batters, got out of it with a double play ball helping him in the third. A failed sacrifice attempt, foul out off the bat of Grant Morrison. And now a 1-2 count to Ickes with Reuben Williams on deck.
Yeah, you say good swing. He was waiting on that pitch right there. You got to figure his first at bat. Myers tried to get him out with that breaking ball, and he stung him for a base hit, right? So he knows he's not probably a little gun shy, probably not going to try to get him out with that pitch again. So he's sitting fastball all day, and that's a good pitch.
Wow.
That is a great pitch.
That's paint job right there, and Ickes is doing some chirping back at the home plate umpire. Not what you want to do if you're the catcher.
Now, that's a situation where you wait till you go back and you're squatted down and you kind of keep facing forward and share your thoughts.
Yep.
Don't want to show the umpire up.
Or you could do like Todd Helton did me one day, never look back in the batter's box, and pitch was about an inch off the plate inside. He said, if you give me that pitch all day, I'll throw a no-hitter. Of course, we know what he went on to do with his professional big league career.
Yeah, 17 years with the Rockies. Just became VP of something I saw too.
But he was a pitcher, first baseman with the
quarterback
with the Volunteers and the quarterback. Backed up Peyton Manning for a year or two. But I'll never forget that. Told me, never look back. Said, you give me that pitch? Thought, okay.
That's professionally done, though.
Yes. A ball, no strikes the count. 2 away. Runner goes, takes off for third. They're going to get him. Nice throw and out. Tag applied. And another leadoff walk, 2 walks, failed to materialize. And halfway through, middle of the fourth, it is now 2-0 Dutchtown on top. And let's take a look at what Dutchtown has remaining this year as we are winding it down to the final 2 weeks.
Yeah, you see that first game there. That's the one we're currently doing as the first leg of this doubleheader today, and then we'll play another one. And then on the 19th of April, which will be next Tuesday because of the Easter weekend, we're going to miss Saturday because of Holy Saturday. But on the 19th, they're going to play Catholic right here at Griffin Park, and then they'll travel to Catholic on that following Thursday to wrap up their district play.
You can see for Dutchtown, their work was all at the end of the season with Santamon Catholic coming back to back.
Yeah, and I mean Dutchtown. I mean they kind of hold their own destiny in their hands, right?
Yes,
I mean if they win out, they obviously win district as Santamon and Catholic have already split, so they have 1 loss apiece. So I mean if Dutchtown can win out, then they're going to be the district champs. But if they drop one, then you bring everybody back into play.
So after this game, 3 games left. After today, Dutchtown will be left down to 2 games left next Tuesday and Thursday. So season's coming to a close. Playoffs will be coming up, and I'm excited about that because we should have some good playoffs action.
I agree. We got some good ball clubs. We're going to have some good games in this area.
Reuben Williams has this one tracked down all the way off the bat of Ryder Mohler. He was first ball swinging, and that's the second time in this ball game a first pitch out starts an inning.
Yeah, and don't let the job that Nick Gisclair is doing go under the radar because of the power that we see out of Myers on the side. Just Claire is baffling this Gator offense as of yet. They're trying to be. We've seen them trying to be a little aggressive, try to hit that first pitch. He's getting them out. They kind of try to be a little more disciplined. He's getting some strikeouts. I mean, he's got some good stuff. He's getting his breaking ball over for a strike, which makes it so much more difficult.
Braden Kuriger, the batter now. He had the misfortune of lining one right into the glove of Tanner Vadnais, as that's a called strike. Good frame job by Ickes. And Vadnais was able to race and beat Ryder Mohler to the bag and double him up. But a good at bat by Kuriger. And there's one of your fastballs that's spiked, which after you talking about that is why I would always on that pitch bail as a home plate umpire, because that normally somebody's going to wear it.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, catcher's not expected to
No.
expected to block that at all.
And with no one on base, they don't really have their heart in it.
Right. We let the umpire wear that one, so
Yep.
we don't have to walk all the way back to the screen and get that.
Count now 3-1. Blaise Lalonde is on deck. Looks like Kuriger was waiting on that fastball and swung and fouled it.
Took a good swing for sure.
You know, the last couple of innings, you get the feeling now that Santa Ma's just kind of hanging around. Dutchtown's had some chances. Back-to-back innings with 2 walks to start the inning, but they failed to do anything with it.
Yeah, we say Myers looked so good in the first inning
Right.
that we're worried about why he didn't look that good in the. Ooh.
Well, that's a big out right there. That's a big out. You fall behind Kuriger 3-1 as he slams his bat down in frustration. And that is only the 3rd strikeout for Gisclair, but it's 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, we talked about how good Myers was in the first inning, that we almost thought something was wrong with him in the second or third innings there. But he's done a tremendous job after he gave up those runs, even though he had some traffic on the base paths, erasing those and putting a stop sign on those.
Called strike to Blaise Lalonde. He bounced out to second base to Grant Morrison, his only time up. Gisclair turns one over, that misses, and it's 1-1. Good high school baseball game we got going. Outstanding crowd out here at Griffin Park. This ball headed toward the gap. Right fielder closing in fast, though. And there is Colin Dupree. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. We're now through 4. Dutchtown remains on top as we check out the fly ball going out. And Dupree there all the way. It's 2-0 after 4 on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Well, Reuben Williams was at the plate when the top of the 4th ended, when Nathan Monso was thrown out trying to steal 3rd, so he'll lead off. Then we're going to go topside to Ethan Mayo, and Colin Dupree. Jacob Myers back out on the bump. First pitch is outside or high to Reuben. Reuben, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Both starters still around. That's a strike.
I think Reuben a little disappointed in himself right there. Wanted to take a hack at that one.
Myers works in a hurry. 2 balls and a strike. 2 hits for Dutchtown, 3 hits for Sanoma. Man, it's 3-1.
Just miss down, just miss up.
Our boy Connor, the catcher, that knocked off his Malaison. That knocked off his sunglasses. Boy, that's those that you just wear as you get a good look at Connor right there. See, he's got the sunglasses on. He's going to get rid of them now.
Yeah, go ahead and put those up. Probably broke them. I don't need them. Man.
Wow.
That one will jar your teeth right there. Those helmets are super loud, too.
Payoff pitch. That is high, ball 4. That's one of those, Mike, that we've talked about, you and I, over the years. That's one of those where the batter doesn't even think about swinging.
Right. Not a competitive pitch right there. I mean, 3-2. Got to get it a little bit closer to, try to make it a little more appetizing.
I said Dutchtown with 3 hits. I said Santamon with 3. They've got 2 hits. And it is 3 hits for Dutchtown. There goes Ruben on the first pitch. Throw down by Connor in the center field, and there goes Ruben to third. And they're going to hold him up there as Poirier had trouble picking it up. And a walk, a steal, an error, and a runner at third.
Yeah, good jump by Ruben right there. But I think if Mohler picks that ball right there, he might be out. That was actually a pretty good throw. Probably got that in-between hop. A little tougher for Mohler to pick that, but not a bad throw at all.
I agree. As that play developed, I thought had Mohler been able to catch it, they had Ruben Williams.
I agree.
They were going to get him, but the throw was just a tad short. Infield now has to come in as they trail 2-0, and we're getting late. We're in the 5th. Mayo at the plate. Oh, that hit him. Took one for the team. That is the 8th time Mayo has been hit by a pitch. He must really crowd the plate.
Yeah, he's on the plate there. And the first at bat, remember I said that might be one you might want to wear if somebody else is pitching. But hey, if you're going to get up in there, you have to you got to anticipate getting hit by a couple pitches. Which, if you're Myers now, not that bad of a situation. If you can get a punch out here and double play ball, but I would think that Mayu wouldn't be staying at first base too long here.
Well, we don't have all the numbers, but I got to believe 5 walks and a hit batter. That's got to be the most allowed this year by Jacob Myers in a game. The middle is, they were at double play depth, but they're starting to creep up as this pitch is a called strike to Colin Dupree. Colin struck out in the first, walked in the third, and this is the 3rd inning in a row, Mike, that Dutchtown has put their first 2 runners on in an inning, but now they've got them at first and third, not just first and second.
Yeah, and if you're Myers, it's becoming a little bit laborious, right? You're kind of laboring through the last 3-4 innings. Not only is your pitch count elevated, but, that's, kind of starts to work on you a little mentally and physically.
That foul ball will be behind the third base dugout. And the count quickly is 0-2. On deck, Tanner Vadnais. So, for Jacob Myers right now, he's got to go after the heart of the order.
Yeah, you want to get battle tested. This is a perfect time right here.
There's no easy outs here.
Nope.
Ruben Williams, a runner at third. Mayo, the runner at first. Infield is backed up now at double play depth. A little surprised here because 2-0 and you've only got 9 outs to play with.
Dupree runs well, and he's from the left side, so he's going to be tough to double up there in the middle.
Good point. Up and away. Yeah, one of the things I've heard always about Dupree, one of the things he brings to the ballpark is speed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's from the left side.
Yeah.
And you got Mayu who's going to get down to second base because he's quick. He's probably going to cause some chaos down there around the bag if they're trying to turn it.
In other words, you got speed on the bases and at the plate for Dutchtown right now.
That's as fast as it gets with Ruben, Mayo, and Dupree.
There goes the runner to second base. Instead, they throw to third, and Ruben dives back in safely there. And runners now are at second and third as the stolen base will be picked up by Ethan Mayo. Now the infield, of course, will come in with runners at second and third, and this is your ball game for the most part here.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're 2-2 here. You challenge him on this pitch right here. If you don't get him with it, you got to know you have a base open.
3-2. Boy, you got the whole Santamon side wanting to know where that pitch was.
Yeah, that ball's out.
Dutchtown side saying good take. But right here, a base hit could really bust this game open.
Yes, it could. This is what, if you're Myers, this is the crooked number you want to try to stay away from. So you have to make a good competitive pitch here, but not give him anything he can drive.
Fouled off, so we'll do it again at 3-2. Reuben Williams walked to start the inning, stole second, went to third on a throwing error by the catcher. Ethan Mayo hit by a pitch, stole second. And it's 3-2 on Colin Dupree. That's where we're at as we play here in the fifth. Myers out of the stretch. Ball four. That is 6 walks, and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like, here it is, let's try to hit it, right? I mean, I'm going to throw this one as hard as I can. If I walk you, no big deal, man. On first, I got Tanner Vadnais, who I got the 1-6-3 double play off of his last at bat.
You know, we talked about it, Mike, and this is where Dutchtown, I think, this year for Coach Shake Snyder, this is where I think he may have something special because the length of this lineup.
Yeah, sometimes in the past we've seen them, you know, when you get in these situations, I mean, they've been in these situations the last 3 innings for sure, right? But this is where you have to make the other team pay.
Right.
I mean, especially nobody out, bases loaded right here. This is when you have to put up a crooked number.
0-1 the count on Vadnais. Wild pitch. Williams will score easily, and it's 3-0. Other 2 runners advance as well.
You see that breaking ball right there in the dirt. You see Malazone try to just, or Molazone try to backhand pick that. Man, with a guy on third base, you don't want that ball to get past you.
You know, when runs are at such a premium, it's almost like that's a gift.
Yeah, 100%.
And this ball is hit very well to left field. It's going to be deep enough to score a run as Mayo is going to tag at third. Vadnais put a charge into that ball. He hit it well deep to left field. Caught by Stewart, but it's a sac fly for Vadnais. He's now got 37 RBIs on the year, and it's 4-0.
And that's exactly what you expect from him. Guy on third base, less than 2 outs, you have to get him in. Get a pitch up in the zone that you can drive out to the outfield to where, if worst case scenario, it's a sac fly.
Here is Will DeLone now with a runner at second, 2 runs in, and it is now a 4-0 ball game. Will is 0 for 2. You know, when you come in batting .479 on the season, I wouldn't think there's been too many games where he struck out both times up. Pops this one up right side. Lee Amade out, right fielder in. Amade, nice play out in shallow right field. He went out and got it. That's going to eventually be your Sunfield here today.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You see him kind of battling, kind of working his way over there, trying to make sure he doesn't run into Kurger there at the end. Tough play, though.
So now with 2 outs, the batter is Nathan Monceau. You know, one thing also, and talking with one of the parents, we won't say who for Santamon. Good friend of yours, by the way. You played high school and college ball with him. He was your catcher at East Ascension, so you can figure that one out. This is going to be a learning experience, too.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, that's what you talk about. I think Myers is this is his first year with varsity innings, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can talk about being battle-tested all you want, but
right.
Every game, I don't care if you strike out 15, hitters that game, you're going to learn something.
Last week it was Catholic High. This week he gets Dutchtown, and, I mean, that's learning on the fly or gaining the experience, I guess I should say.
On-the-job experience.
On the job, absolutely. That pitch didn't miss by much. 2-0 the count now to Nathan Monso. He had a towering home run back in the second inning. They got the scoring started for Dutchtown. 2 runs in the second, 2 more here in the fifth. Myers down and away, and it's 3-0. You just wonder right now, what's the leash on Jacob Myers?
Yeah, and where's his pitch count? How many times has he gotten to that pitch count, this season?
We're going to show you after this half inning. We'll show you what Santa Ma's got left. That's ball 4 as Myers. Well, here comes Coach Bravado, and I think that's probably going to do it. As that's going to be walk number 7.
Yeah, you come into tonight's game with 14 total walks on the season, and then you pick up another half of those in the game tonight. Is this going to be Briar LeBlanc coming in, maybe? The lefty. Yep, 14, Briar LeBlanc. He comes in. I mean, he's pitched in 6 games, only 9 innings pitched, so primarily used out of the bullpen. Comes in with a .7 ERA. He's got 12 strikeouts in those 9 innings, but he does have 8 walks.
So Briar LeBlanc becomes the new pitcher. And, looking at it from both sides, if you're Dutchtown, you got to really feel good about what you were able to do to this point in this game against Jacob Myers.
I agree. I mean, with the momentum that he came out of, just blowing everybody away in that first inning, looked like it could have been a long day for the Griffins, but they've made some adjustments, and probably the first time they've been tested with some velocity like that, and they've answered the bell.
That's what impresses me so much is, you can't really call it an adjustment because adjustments are made the second time through a batting order, not the first time. But after that first inning, whenever Myers just absolutely blew away the first 3 hitters, the swings in the second inning for Dutchtown were very impressive.
Yeah, I agree. It was kind of like they just told themselves, hey, look, we're going out and we're going to hunt the fastball, and we're going to hit him early. Right? They took some really good swings, other than the Ickey's really good at bat, when he kept the hands back and hit the breaking ball. Everybody else doesn't seem to be too intimidated.
No, they've got their swings in. So 2 runs in the inning. Myers' day done after 4 2/3. Briar LeBlanc, the pitcher. Dupree, the runner, at second. Monso at first. Good swing by Pyron, comes up empty. And, if you coach Bravada in this situation, down 4-0 in the fifth, your plan is to start Moran. He was going to come in relief to save the game or start game 2.
Yeah, so you just got to stop the bleeding here. You need some good quality innings out of LeBlanc and maybe Billingsley or anybody else out of there, just to kind of hold this score at bay and keep it somewhat close. Right?
Pyron has doubled and scored in the second, walked in the fourth, so he has not been retired today. 0-2. 1-2. This whole inning has been put together with a walk, hit by pitch, a walk, a sac fly, and a walk.
No hits.
No hits.
2 runs.
2 runs.
That's the epitome of shooting yourself in the foot.
Yep. This ball is hit well in the left center field. Giving chase as Stewart looks up. Stewart is going to run it down, and that is a nice job for a high school outfielder to chase that ball down, because Pyron put a charge in it.
Yes, he did. We'll see it again right here. I mean, Stewart got a great jump, and I mean, perfect angle, just kept going. Did not let that ball outrun him. Makes a great catch for the third out.
Well, going to the bottom of the fifth, Dutchtown extends their lead. It's now 4-0, and we're going to take a look at what the Amant Gators have left in the regular season, which will end next week, and then in 2 weeks it's postseason time.
Yeah, again, you'll see their first game, or actually today is the game we're doing right now, and then one to follow after. And then Saturday they're going to travel to Assumption to get another game in, and then we will be at East Ascension when Santa Maria travels there next Tuesday, and then they'll finish up that Thursday right after. I mean, with the matchup. I mean, we can talk about this Dutchtown Santa Maria. Yeah, they're really good this year and have good records, and they're talking about the matchup. But the EA Santa Maria game is the matchup historically.
And on the 19th, that game Santa Maria and EA, after having 25 months off, I think I'm gonna need a week off, and you and Jeff Porsche will take care of that game.
That's right.
I'll hopefully be back in the playoffs.
We got to go to the bullpen again already.
Yeah,
I mean,
already.
Come on.
Well, we saw Jeff. I mean, Jeff showed up. He had his Chicago Cubs 1950 jersey on. He was ready to go today. So you and Jeff will have that at EA, Johnny Ambo Park. By the way, you missed the game we did a couple weeks ago at Catholic. It was Catholic and EA.
I did.
They had you there, though. Opened up the broadcast and said Mike Mohler is not here today, but he's going to be here. He's here in spirit. And they showed your number on the board.
Good stuff.
They said he never leaves the park. Gisclair takes a 4-0 lead to the bottom of the fifth. Swinging fly ball hit well left field, but drawing a bead on it as the left fielder falls down and makes the catch. That is Ethan Mayo. Wow, did he chase that down? What a swing by Poirier.
God, that ball is absolutely smoked, and it looked like it took Mayo about 20 seconds on a dead sprint to get to that ball. I was trying to figure out how far is left center field right there. There you go, right there. Right in front of that Eddie Lambert sign, falling down right before the warning track.
Yeah, you could see it kicked up some dirt, so it got right to the edge of the warning track. And I'll say this for Cole Poirier, he has had 2 good at-bats today.
Yes, he has. He's barreled a couple of balls.
This is Ashton Ellis, and the first pitch to him is a called strike.
And that's what we're used to seeing from Cole. I mean, he puts the bat on the ball, and he's got some thunder.
Yes. Fly ball right field hit well. That's the Sunfield and Dupree. Boy, I tell you what, it's turning into that kind of ball game because that is 2 excellent swings in the inning for Santa Maria, and they have got nothing to show for it. 2 quick outs.
Yeah, as you see Dupree battling that sun right there a little bit, catching that on the back pedal. But, I mean, like we said, you see that's 2 really good swings. That's 2 balls that are barreled. I mean, if you're Santa Maria, that was a great job by Bridal LeBlanc to keep this game at bay at 4-0 to give Santa Maria a chance.
Batter now will be the catcher. First pitch is sounded like a strike.
Not sure where that missed. Looked like a breaking ball down in the zone.
I think what happens is sometimes the umpire gets fooled. This ball fouled off to the right side. Count even now at 1-1. But, you know, we'll this has been a good game played by Dutchtown here today. And if you're just tuning in, Dutchtown is the visiting team is what I wanted to mention. This game here is the game that was rained out on Tuesday, so they agreed to play 2 today. Both teams agreed. Dutchtown is the visiting team in game 1. They'll be the home team in game 2, so they're going to play 2 today. And what they did, Mike, is if you had a ticket for Tuesday's game, it's good to get you in this game.
Yeah, you're right. That's good. I mean, and how many people are going to be at that second game?
So, in other words, but if you didn't have a ticket, you had to buy one, which is going to be good for the second, well, both games, but it's so Dutchtown gets money for the second game. Santa Maria keeps what they had sold for the other game. There were no refunds after the rain out, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I get you. I get it.
Took me a while to get there, but
yeah. Well, that's smart.
I mean, it almost ends up being a split gate.
Yeah, split gate, win-win for both teams.
Right, absolutely. And that's going to be ball 4. And that's the first walk issued today by Nick Gisclair. He has been in a rocking chair. Amazingly enough, he's only got one strikeout today. Well, he's got
three, I think.
He's got three.
Yeah. But Mohler's on right there put together a good at bat. I mean, again, Sandomal's not giving up. We've seen him barrel 2 balls. Good at bat right there by Mohler's on. They're not going to quit.
And we got a courtesy runner over at first base. First pitch is outside. Lane Swanson is your courtesy runner over at first base.
Number 8, Lane Swanson.
We're playing in the 5th. Both games in the district scheduling for these two teams will be played here today. That's a little tapper foul. Boy, Landon Stewart might have left the strike zone there trying to chase that pitch.
Yeah, he did. That's kind of when you get in that situation, hey, I'm looking fastball away, and if it's just a tick outside, you're still going to get it because you guessed right? You get excited, that's it, and you'll expand your zone.
Infield plays back with 2 away. Curveball. Well, we talked so much about Jacob Myers, and he was sitting low 90s early. But Gisclair just kind of workmanlike, just goes about his business.
Yeah, and then then you think Dutchtown, you think Monso, the district player of the year last year, and
right.
And then Gisclair kind of just flying under the radar, just absolutely dominating.
That's a good point. It's flying under the radar. You're absolutely right.
It's not a bad place to be. A lot of less stress down there under that radar.
80 degrees when we began our game today at 4 o'clock. And now Gisclair. Was that a strike?
Yeah, he called that a strike. I'm pretty sure it went over the white line in the left-hander's batter's box, but tough one right there for Stewart. But if I'm pitching, I want it.
3-2 count. Runner will go on the pitch. Comebacker, one hopper, and just what a good pitcher will do. Run it over toward first base, flip it underhanded. We've got 5 in the books in this first of 2 games today, and it is Dutchtown on top, 4-0. You are watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing, GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Well, it's going to be 7, 8, and 9 due up. Briar LeBlanc out for his second inning of work for Santa Monica. Grant Morrison, Caleb Ickes, and Reuben Williams. The hits have been few and far between for Dutchtown, but the walks have really paid dividends as a swing and a miss by Grant Morrison. He's 0 for 2 today. Home run in the second inning by Nathan Monso and doubles by Pyron and Ickes, and that's been it. Fouled out of play. Dutchtown's got 3 hits, and they all came in that second inning, Mike.
Yeah, and if you're Dutchtown, you're 11, that 3 hits, 4 runs. Don't see that very often. That's kind of manufacturing and making the most out of your base runners.
Let's look at this pitch off the glove. It's going to be a tough play from Mohler, and he just couldn't get a handle on it. And that's going to be an infield single. Mohler's only a sophomore, but I tell you what, I like everything about him because he had one chance and he just had to grab and throw, and he just couldn't get a handle on it.
That's exactly what. If you try to take your time to make sure you get the perfect grip to where he's safe anyway, right? So that's
Absolutely.
do or die. Once Briar LeBlanc touched that ball, took a little bit off it, that's the only play that Mohler had.
But he sure looks very smooth out there for a sophomore. So here is Caleb Ickes. See if the Griffins try to play for a run here and bunt him up. Morrison, the runner at first base. And that pitch is inside. So that's going to be the 4th hit of the day for Dutchtown.
2 infield hits, right?
Well, no,
I'm sorry. That was Sandoval that had the infield
right.
hit, yeah.
Home run, 2 doubles, and now an infield single. LeBlanc to the plate. Chopper foul, third base side. Well, if you're watching in the area, these two teams are going to play about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. We won't have that game for you, but we'll have Santa Monica at East Ascension next Tuesday on our Rev Game of the Week. But they're going to play another high school baseball game after this. As the coaches decided on Tuesday, actually yesterday they decided to play a doubleheader today. Fouled out of play. But, you know, just talking about that length, I mean, you got Ickes, your number 8 hitter, and we've seen him have some good swings today.
Yeah, really good at bats. And I just can't stress how he hit that breaking ball.
Right.
I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe he was looking for it for some reason or whatever, but with a guy throwing low 90s, it's tough to react to that breaking ball.
A ball and 2 strikes. Morrison, the runner at first. That one got away.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball. It looked like it slipped right out of his hand.
And that's what happens when a curve doesn't curve. That'll be a wild pitch. The second one, make that the first one. Charge to Santa Monica pitching today. And that'll give a free base to Morrison. And a 2-2 count on Ickes with Reuben Williams on deck. And missing inside. I would think Coach Bravado's just looking for Briar LeBlanc to finish this game up. He doesn't want to use anybody else up in this game with another one to go.
I agree.
This ball is hammered, but it's going to be foul. But got the bat head out a little bit too early. Get a good look right there. You can see, you don't normally see that many people down the first baseline standing.
No, and then you have a whole baseball team sitting on the steps right outside of us right here.
Yeah, exactly.
They're everywhere. They're running out of places to sit. But, I mean, to be expected.
Right.
Great game. Great 2 teams.
Great weather. You know, everybody's excited. It's Easter. Kids are going to be out of school. They're excited. Adults are going to be maybe off work tomorrow. They're excited.
Caleb Ickes putting a good at-bat together right here against Briar LeBlanc.
You remember his last at-bat, he wasn't very happy. He wasn't a happy camper. In the 4th inning when he was called out on strikes. Field looks pretty here at Dutchtown, this artificial turf infield.
Very nice.
Also, we got a really good camera position because that's a very good center field shot. You get to see location of pitches. Check the runner. Long look back at second base. Got him.
3-2 breaking ball.
Took enough off of it.
First had Ickes out in front a little bit. Great job by Briar. I mean, that's a great battle right there. LeBlanc and Ickes. You know, who's going to win it? If you're Santa Monica, I mean, if you're LeBlanc, you have to win that battle right there. You have to do everything you can to keep your club in this game within striking distance.
Reuben Williams is 0 for 1 today, has scored a run. He scored the Griffins' 3rd run, their first run they scored of 2 in the 5th. And he fouls this one off right side. Jacob Myers went 4 2/3, gave up all 4 runs, struck out 8, but he walked 7, and that was one of the problems. Although he fell behind in the second 2-0 on a home run and 2 doubles. But the 7 walks put him constantly. He was pitching in trouble all day.
Yes, he was.
And as well, Mike, you know this very well. There are innings and there are high-stress innings.
Correct.
And the high-stress innings just take a toll.
Yeah, and after the first inning, pretty much every inning for Myers was high stress. I mean, he escaped 2 out of the 3, I would assume.
Yes.
And then that last one got him.
Check the runner, Morrison. Ruben showed bunt, pulled it back. When the day began, I'm not sure what either coach would have said, but I would think, you at least hope for a split.
Right.
Of course, now if you're Dutchtown and they go on to win this game, you want the sweep, obviously. And if you're Santa Monica, you just want to get out of here with a split. Called strike.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, any way you can pick up some power points, you want to get a W.
Yes.
At least one.
Yeah, because with 27 wins for Dutchtown, 25 wins for Santa Monica, the winner is going to get a lot of power points off of this game.
Correct.
There goes the runner for third. Pitches outside. Throw down is in the left field, and that's going to be a run. Throw was just a little too quick. And the third baseman, Lyall, not able to get there as we see it again.
Yeah, Mohler's on quick out of the box. Looks like he didn't quite get the handle he wanted on it. And with Lyall breaking towards the bag, tough for him to reach back and at least knock that ball down.
That'll be the second error on Connor today. Ruben, he unloaded on that swing, didn't he?
He did. And he caught it off the backstop.
I tell you what, that's worth a second look. You don't see this often, do you? Do?
Find it.
Got it.
There you go.
He tried for that one. Well, he is a center fielder after all.
Hey, go get everything. Everything is yours.
Ruben is one of the Dutchtown players that's going to move on and play college ball. I believe he's going to go to LSU Eunice.
Yes, he is. Ooh.
Call strike 3.
Great pitch. Great pitch right there by Briar LeBlanc.
Painted, got the call, 2 away.
Now batting for Dutchtown, left fielder number 9, Ethan Mayo.
Back top side in the order we go to Ethan Mayo. Ethan hit by a pitch. That's a called strike.
My guess is the dirt is gray out in the left field warning track area. Look at Mayo's uniform.
Oh, wow. Good point. You think that's also a little damp out there maybe from the rains?
No doubt.
Let's get a report from our meteorologist. Did it rain a lot out here, Ted, in this area? No?
Not too much.
A ball, a strike. See if this thing will stay fair.
Ooh,
and it'll be caught on the run by Braden Kuriger. That is a nice running grab.
Top of the 6th.
See if we got that.
There was an error.
Might be a tough shot right there. It kind of disappeared behind the dugout on us.
Your score, Dutchtown 5.
So the run scores on the error as we take a look again.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, great play. Good angle, straight to the ball.
So nice play by Braden. And let's take a look now at what we've got coming up. We have one more week of regular season baseball. Mike and Jeff will be out at East Ascension Johnny Ambo Park, and then the fun really begins.
Yeah, next Tuesday we'll be out there to do the Santa Monica EA game, and in a couple weeks, super excited to see who we're going to have here. I mean, we know we're going to have Santa Monica and Dutchtown at home. Who's going to be here the longest? We get options. We can pick our games, right?
Yep.
They're going to be. It's going to be awesome. You can have that first game playoff where it's just one, and if both teams can stay under that eight hole spot, then we can at least see 2, right? And then by the time we get there and we get a series, one of the 2 out of 3 series, we know we're getting into some good baseball.
I mean, what's so impressive, Mike, is there were years where we didn't even have a home game.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it was either go on the road or no playoff game.
You're right. We did battle that.
And a lot of times, not that we mind, we ended up doing softball.
Sure.
Because we had Santa Monica softball.
Yep.
But we're going to get some home playoff baseball games this year, and we're going to get them live streamed for you here on Rev TV. So as we go to the bottom of the 6th, Dallas Moran, who will start game 2 on the bump. Lyall Amadei and Ryder Mohler. Nick Gisclair, 3-hitter going so far. Only 1 strikeout.
3.
3?
You said that, yeah. You got Amadei twice and Kurger once.
Okay. Hey, man, 25 months off. I'm just happy my doctors let me be here.
There you go.
Called strike 2.
You got a 98A going right now. I'll give you 2-point demerit right there.
All right, I filled in my K number, so I think I'm up to date. 0-2 pitch. Didn't miss by much. Good tease right there.
Good tease, good take by Moran right there. Good competitive 0-2 pitch right there too, right?
Yep. Gisclair's had a good pace going this afternoon, as this is going to be a high chopper. Feels his position well, and that time he fired a strike to first base for the first out.
Yeah, good play right there. I think he thought he might have had to rush it a little bit, but when you see him come down and he sets his feet, he picks up where Moran is on the base path, knows he's got a little bit more time, so he takes a nice little crow hop, get the momentum going to first for a strong throw for the first out.
So this will bring up Lyall Amadei. 1 out in the 6th. And a called strike. Boy, it feels like Lee's been battling from behind all day, doesn't
Yeah, that's the first pitch fastball. You want to hit that one.
Ryder Mohler, the on-deck batter. Outside, 1-1.
Good take. Good job by Gisclair. Let me see how far out I can go with it.
Only 2 hits. Mohler in the first, Poirier in the second, and that has been it for the Santa Monica Bats.
Yeah, 2-1 if I'm Lee right here. I'm looking at something middle away. You hadn't seen Gisclair come in too much, especially down in the count.
Boy, challenged him.
Yeah,
got away with it, swinging
that's
a
a
miss.
pitch you want to hit right there.
You know, Santa Monica came in hitting .313 as a team. Gisclair's done a good job.
Yeah, he has kind of silenced their bats.
Might have overthrew that pitch, huh?
Yeah, he did. I'm going to blow this one by you right here.
Lyall Amadei going to go to ULL and play baseball starting in the fall. 2-2 pitch. Wow. Third time Gisclair has got Lyall Amadei today.
Elevated the fastball 3-2 right there. We talked about it when Myers was throwing it. We didn't say anything about Gisclair. I mean, he's throwing it right there. That's still that pitch that's just above, right out of the zone. Just so hard to get to.
Here's Mohler. You know, Mike, you would know this well. It doesn't look like Gisclair's lost anything off the fastball.
Not at all. I mean, you talked about the high-stress innings. He really hasn't had it.
There you go. Good point.
You know, 2 hits, and in that second inning, I think he had a little bit of traffic on base, but other than that, it's pretty much had, you know, some low-stress innings.
Santa Monica has not had more than 1 runner on base in any inning. They had 1 runner in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 runner in the 5th, and that's been it.
There you go.
3 base runners.
Yep.
So he's been at his own pace this whole game. Didn't get the call on that pitch. And 3-0. Braden Kurger would be up next. That's ball 4. So all of a sudden a 4-pitch walk. You know, I just wonder. He went after Amadei like with a purpose.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've talked about this before, about that. You get out of that tough inning, and you go in the dugout and you relax.
Yep.
I wonder if that just happened.
Yeah, it can happen hitter to hitter, too.
Yep.
I mean, if you face Barry Bonds, you strike Barry Bonds out. I'm not trying to, compare Lyall to Barry Bonds, but and then you face like I don't know, a little somebody else or whatever. You don't think they're as dangerous,
right?
And you kind of let your guard down, and before you know it, you walked them on a 4 straight.
Because all 4 pitches to Mohler, I think only one of the 4 was really close.
Yeah, but Mohler can hit. I mean, he's obviously worked his way up from the 9-hole to the 2-hole, right? So it's not that big of a difference.
And he's the only Gator that's been on base twice. Mm-hmm. Shadows starting to creep in at Griffin Park. Oh, and that hit him, breaking ball. So all of a sudden now, you got a walk and a hit batter with 2 outs.
Kerger looks a little frustrated right there, but if I'm hitting, I'm taking that all day long. I mean,
Absolutely.
If you're Sandoval, you need base runners. Breaking ball, too. Those are the ones you want to take.
You know, timeout's call now is Coach Troy Tomplay, who's done a very good job with this pitching staff, is going to come out and have a talk. You know, that's another thing about Coach Chris Shakespeare. He, you look at over the years, in his 15 years now here at Dutchtown, I mean, he's not afraid to get coaches that were head coaches at other schools, successful head coaches. Bob Lemons was his pitching coach for a number of years. Troy Tomplay had a very successful run at Santa Maria.
Miles Burke.
There you see Coach Shakespeare right there with his left hand arm on his chin.
Well, I mean, they always say you're only as good as the people underneath you. If you're going to surround yourself with, really good minds, and you can learn from them and kind of let them take charge of what they're used to doing, it can only make you better. You run into, if you have this ego and you don't want to get anybody that I can coach, I can do it by myself. That's when you kind of get yourself in trouble. But Coach Shake realizes he can use as many baseball minds as he can.
Wild pitch. Boy, just when we were talking about Claire going at his own pace, all of a sudden
we put the jinx on him.
That's his second wild pitch today, and that's going to put runners at second and third, and all of a sudden a base hit and a 5-0 deficit becomes 5-2. Lalonde has bounced to second, flied out to right today. Claire stretches and pitches. Got the strike call, it's 1-1. We're in the 6th, 7-inning ball game. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. We've talked about it throughout the game. Dutchtown, the visiting team today, because this is the game that was scheduled for Tuesday and was rained out at Santa Maria. They're going to play about 30 minutes after this game, a second game, which we will not have for you on the Rev Game of the Week. 1-2 pitch. Popped it up. Reuben Williams is there. Left fielder Mayo is there. Reuben Williams calls him off. And Claire navigates out of a little bit of trouble as the Gators leave 2. We're on to the 7th. Dutchtown on top, 5-0. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before. streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
And on to the 7th we go on this week's edition of our Rev Game of the Week. Live streaming on Rev Sports 1 on the YouTube channel. You'll also see the replay on Rev Channel 4 and 704. I'm Lyall Boudreaux, and along with Mike Mohler, we're so happy you could spend some time with us this afternoon. It's going to be Colin Dupree, Tanner Vadnais, Will DeLone, first three to face Briar LeBlanc in the 7th. And the first pitch, a called strike. Colin Dupree struck out in the first, walked in the third, walked in the 5th. Outside, it's 1-1.
I'll fail to mention the job that Briar LeBlanc's doing for Sandoval right now, because you talked about if Bravado would really like to see him finish this game for the Gators and keep it close enough to where they're in striking distance, and he's done just that.
Well, they had a chance a moment ago if they could have got a base hit. Called strike. I got to say, I like the home plate umpire strike call. It's that little punch.
Yep, it's quick.
Right. It's decisive.
You took the words. I was just about to say that.
He went, and he took that himself. He didn't even ask for help. The home plate umpire called it strike 3. And there's your boy LeBlanc, left on left. Got the out, strikeout.
Touchdown to third baseman number 10, Tanner Vadnais.
That's the third strikeout picked up by Briar. Tanner Vadnais. Well, Vadnais put a charge in the one back in the 5th inning when he hit that sac fly to left field.
Yeah, he did. I can't help to look at, you see Sandoval's hitting 313 as a team on the year, and Dutchtown 353, and the hits have been a little more than scarce.
Right.
I mean, Dutchtown's put together some good at bats and got some walks and put a little pressure on the base path on them, and so. But I mean, 6 total hits combined. I mean, that's from 2 teams that hit the ball like they do.
I will say this, though. I agree with what you're saying, but Dutchtown has fouled some pitches off where they have had some good swings.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They put together a lot of good at-bats.
And, again, that goes back to that length. That's ball 4, and that'll be a one-out base runner for Will DeLone.
Which leads to the high-stress innings.
Yep.
Now batting for the Griffins.
I mean, it's all about, when you're going over a scouting report, you're looking at a team's batting order, and you're looking, okay, where are the outs? Where can I get my outs at when you're trying to scout them? And this touchdown lineup, 1 through 9, they've sent some people to the plate that can get on base.
No doubt, dude. You're not going to find many outs on that lineup card.
Wild pitch, or did it hit him? I'm not sure if that hit well. If it hit Will DeLone, he wants to bat. Because he's certainly not hopping around.
Yeah, Molizon acted like it did hit him right there. And then saw Albert Bell do that one time, get hit by a pitch and was refusing to go to first base. Caused all sorts of chaos.
Imagine that.
You all right?
So the count 1-0. 1 out. Boy, Briar LeBlanc is that typical left-hander, isn't he?
I love it.
Just going to keep moving the ball.
Love it.
Moving it around. Got some bullpen activity going for Sandoval behind their first base dugout. DeLone flies this one out toward right field. Curriger lines it up. Doesn't look like the sun is bothering them right now in right field, which it could for the next game. And that's going to be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, you're right, because, I mean, our clouds that we have are all but gone now. So at some point, that's going to become the sun field.
5, 6, and 7. Poirier, Ellis, and Connor Molizon are going to be coming up. Boy, I just guessed it. Got it right. Must be my lucky day.
That's it.
Nathan Monso Big swing of the day, second inning, a towering solo home run to right field. And I really think, you know, this huge crowd we've talked about the whole game, I think this whole crowd went silent when Monso hit that ball, especially after Myers had struck out the side in the first inning, and it looked so impressive. And he had struck out Will DeLong to start the second.
Yeah, and then he actually blew a couple fastballs by Monso. I'm not sure if he had 2 strikes or maybe 1 strike, but I know he did throw one by Monso before he turned that ball around and hit it in the parking lot.
Then all of a sudden, whack.
But you're right, that took the air out of some sails for not only the Santa Amant Gators, but all the fans here as well. It's amazing how just one pitch can
it really
absolutely completely turn the game around.
When you look at the whole context of how many pitches are thrown in the course of a game. This ballpark, I've always liked this ballpark. They do a good job at this park.
Yeah, they do.
I've always felt like this is a fair hitter's park.
I'm not sure what Coach Shake does with his time now that he can't work on the infield.
That's true.
All day long. Must be driving him crazy.
Well, I think he was fixing sandwiches because they were feeding the players before the game.
That's what it's come to, huh? You get turf, you don't get to work on the field, you make some sandwiches.
Called strike. I do want to give a shout-out to Dutchtown relief pitcher. Let me find him here. Eli Fuselier, a junior. He took care of me before the game, went and parked my car for me.
There you go.
So Eli made it possible. Time called. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Will DeLong hadn't had a lot of 0 for 4 days this year, has he?
No, he hasn't.
Not hitting .479 to start today. Called strike 3. And Monso is going to go down. They're going to end up stranding a runner. That's 4 strikeouts for LeBlanc. That is 12 Griffins have gone down on strikes this afternoon.
Great job by Briar LeBlanc right there.
He did exactly what Coach Pravada asked of him. And we're going to now move on to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Again, next week, Mike and Jeff Porsche are going to be at Johnny Ambo Park. Santa Amant will play at East Ascension. As we take a look at some of the crowd, that's the third base side where the Dutchtown fans have filled up their side, and that's a pretty big some stands on that third base side.
Yeah.
But Mike and Jeff are going to have the Santa Amant EA game, and then in 2 weeks we start the postseason. Can't wait.
Yeah, look at it. It's a really good crowd. I mean, we can't really see the fans directly underneath us, but the stands on the right side and the right field side look just like that. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Good job by the camera crew right there. As you see
the stands are full.
Full. Everybody got the lawn chairs, picnic tables, all the way back to the concession stand.
Yeah, that's about as many people as I've seen on that first base side milling around, and then there's still other people walking around. And
they kind of got it. It's really nice. So you have your chairs, which are going to sit up front, and then you can sit a little bit higher on the picnic tables.
Right.
And if you want to even be higher, then you stand up behind that. So it's kind of tiered.
And they're going to get another game because there's going to be 2 played here today. So Santa Amant batting here at Dutchtown in the bottom of the 7th. Cole Poirier leads it off. Gisclair's first pitch, swing and a miss, some high cheese. Cole had a single in the second inning, flied out to left in the 5th. He's had some good at-bats today.
He put a jolt in that one to left field in the 5th, too.
Oh, a nice breaking ball. Boy, Gisclair feeling it right now.
Yeah, he just kind of froze him on there. Looked like Poirier gave up on it, thought it was a fastball, going to be inside.
Boy, he just grabbed that ball and just looked back down for the sign from Mickey. He's ready to work. Good job by Poirier to stay alive, 0-2. Gisclair today, 6 innings, 2 hits. He's only struck out 4, walked 2, also threw 2 wild pitches, and has hit a batter. Dutchtown looking for their 28th win of the year. Foul back. And if Dutchtown holds on and wins this game, they're up 5-0. Then they will be 7-0 in district play. Santa Amant coming in at 25-4, 5-1 in district play. Dutchtown's got 3 district games left after this. This is a fly ball in the right center field. This is going to be in trouble. Poirier's got it down for a double, and the good day at the plate continues for Cole Poirier. He is 2 for 3.
Yeah, good for him, right? I mean, he's put a lot of good swings on the ball. Sometimes you don't get rewarded as much as you should, but that was a good swing right there. You see him. He had 2 good swings at the ones he fouled off before that, right? Finally got one he could barrel and just smokes that ball into the right center gap.
So here is Ashton Ellis. He has been a flyout victim twice, once to Reuben Williams in center and also to Colin Dupree in right. Well, that 5 spot in the batting order is doing well for Cole, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Fouled out of play. That's off to the right side.
But I mean, credit to him. He's taking a lot of aggressive swings.
Yes.
You know, he's got an idea. He's looking for his pitch, and when he's getting it, he's letting it go.
Shadow's not a problem yet. They're creeping in on the third base side.
Ooh.
Boy, that just froze Ellis at the plate.
That was a lane changer right there. Started on the inside lane and ended up on the outside. Another one.
Back to back. Got him. Dutchtown's 2 outs away from a huge win, as that is strikeout number 5 for Gisclair. Well, let's see. Gisclair, what he came in 6-0, I believe, on the year, right?
Yep. 6-0 with a .78 ERA. This would run him to 7-0 and lower that ERA even more.
His foul back and out of play. Well, that is one heck of a season pitching-wise numbers, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And he's got one more start. Yep. It'll be next week against Catholic High in the regular season.
Plus playoffs.
And then he'll be ready to go in the first round or whatever round in the playoffs that they need him. Outside, again, if you hadn't heard, the softball brackets came out today. Santa Maria will host Captain Shreve on Saturday at Lady Gator Park. East Ascension's going to go to West Monroe. And also headed to North Louisiana will be the Dutchtown Lady Griffins, as they're going to go to Benton. So congratulations to all 3 of those teams, which you've seen this year on our Rev Games of the Week. And Santa Maria will catch in the second round the winner of the Dutchtown-Benton game. So we could have a parish matchup in round 2. A ball and 2 strikes to count. Poirier, the base runner, down at second base. 2-2 now the count. Landon Stewart is on deck. Boy, you know Gisclair wants to finish this one up.
You better believe it. Better believe it, and if you're Coach Shake, you want him to also.
You got
Nathan. Save every bullet you can.
Nathan Monceau for the second game. That's a ball. We look for Monceau to go against Dallas Moran of Santa Maria, which will be another very good matchup. Shadows may play a part in it because, you know, normally they play at 7 o'clock. No, they do play at 6 o'clock. That's right. Yep. They do play at 6. Payoff pitch. Fouled out of play. That defense for for Dutchtown, they've been flawless today. Outfield has made all the plays.
Got to make all the right plays. Got to make the little plays, right? When you're playing good teams like this, games like this, high intensity, a lot of adrenaline. So easy to kind of have a lapse of concentration, and little things like that can cost you.
Good job keeping that at bat alive. I would say the really play in the outfield for Santa Maria today that was really impressive was Mayo tracking that ball, I think, off the bat of Poirier, right at the edge of the warning track.
Yeah, it seemed like he was running forever.
That ball was absolutely smoked.
On a dead sprint.
3-2 pitch. Inside. Did not get the call.
Courtesy runner for Molazon.
I believe that's going to be number 8, Lane Swanson.
Now running at first base, number 8, Lane Swanson.
Well, Mike, you got 8 and 9.
Number 7, Landon Stewart.
You know, you get one of these or both of these on, you go back top side in the order.
Low, tall.
Low, high.
Yep.
Two on, there is one out. It's a 5-0 ball game. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Boy, Ickes is not happy with that call. And now he's going to call timeout. And, you know, just sometimes, Mike, it is human nature that the zone just for some reason shrinks.
And the fact that he's been around the dish the entire day,
yes.
You know, those borderline calls, you usually see the umpires call those.
Yep.
But it's like getting that third out in the 5th inning as a starting pitcher to know that you can get that win.
Yeah.
It's so
Right.
hard. Or getting that 9th out, you know, as a closer, 9th out. That last out in the 9th to finish that game off.
2-0 count. Ball 3. And now, for the first time today, I think Gisclair is starting to labor.
Yeah. If he's not, he's maybe trying to guide it, have thrown 2 or 3, 4, you know, balls, actual balls in a row.
That's a strike. The automatic take was on there. Let's see if they give the take again. Landon Stewart has bounced out twice, once to second, once back to the mound. Yeah, that's way outside, and the bases are loaded. And the tying run's going to come out on deck. And that's going to be Lee Amadei, the tying run right now with 1 out. So the best threat of the day for Santamar. You know, we've been talking Dutchtown because they've been ahead the whole way. We're going to get a pinch hitter. So Brayden Billingsley and Coach Troy Tomplay is going to make another trip out to the mound. So this is Brayden Billingsley, and let's check his numbers out.
He's hitting over 300, just like seems like everybody is on Santa Ma's team. He's got 53 plate appearances, 43 at bats, hitting 302.
Well, we're going to get a pitching change right here.
Yeah, we are. Great job by Nick Gisclair. Answered the call, right? A lot of hype with Jacob Myers coming in here, throwing that ball hard.
See, is this Jace Bennett or Monso?
No, it's Jace Bennett.
Jace Bennett?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jace Bennett, who has a save.
Now on the mound for Dutchtown, number 18, Jace Bennett.
And he's been dealing as well. Comes in with a 1 ERA. He's got 35 innings pitched, only giving up 25 hits. He's got 32 strikeouts against 11 walks. That'll shut the door for
6 1/3.
6 1/3. Well, I guess until these.
Right, he's responsible for all 3 runners.
Responsible for these runners, but super job by Gisclair right there. Did exactly what he needed to do.
But, you know, what is interesting, Mike, it just shows how hard it is to close out a game,
yeah,
doesn't it?
100%. And when they say pitching's 99% mental, it's really 100.
That close. The leadoff double by Cole Poirier, then a strikeout of Ashton Ellis, and back-to-back walks. Bases are loaded. There is 1 out. And here is Brayden Billingsley pinch hitting with Lee Amadei on deck. Dutchtown trying to close it out with a 5-0 lead as we're in the bottom of the 7th. Santa Ma, the home team. Jace Bennett's first pitch is a ball. Now you're starting to hear some noise from the first base side. Infield plays back with one out in the inning. Called strike.
Took a little something off that one there.
A little get me over
Yeah,
strike.
a little get me over something. Maybe a BP fastball. And those Billingsley is looking dead red. Probably take it to a strike. So maybe a free pitch right there for Bennett. Ooh.
Chased the curveball, came up empty. Bennett with the sign. 2 away.
All you have to do is step on home plate.
No,
there, right?
you don't even have to because he's automatically out.
Oh,
less than
runner at
2
first
outs.
base. You're right.
That might be why you pitched in the big leagues.
Yep. Had to learn how to do something else. I didn't know too much of the other part of the game.
Well, Lee Amadei has a chance with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Been a tough day for the senior second baseman. 0 for 3. Bennett, foul back. Boy, I think Lee that time made his mind up on deck. He was going to be first ball
Looking
hunting.
dead red first pitch. Going to ambush that first fastball he saw.
Bennett checks the runners. Curveball went around the plate. Good call.
Man, he takes a lot of velocity off of that breaking ball, huh? Seemed like it took it forever to get to the dish.
1-1 pitch. Ball 2. Should Lee Amadei keep it alive, Ryder Mohler will get a chance to bat. Sandoval with their best threat to score today.
Ooh.
Called strike. Well, that might have been one Lee wanted right there.
Yeah, that's that 2-1 fastball, outer half. Still trying to just get some base runners. You can't win the game right here.
2-2 count. Popped it up. Will it stay in play? Ickes gives it a look. Vadnais gives it a look. Vadnais is there. They collide.
Ickes catches
Ickes caught it, and it's over. Dutchtown gets the shutout. That's the third baseman's ball, but you say
Yes,
Ickes caught it?
I'm pretty sure he caught it. We see another replay right here. Still don't know.
I still don't
Still
know.
don't know. I mean, Vadnais could have caught that. I'm not sure.
Well, Sandoval, they put up a threat, and it ended up getting interesting at the end. But game 1 goes to the Dutchtown Griffins, who now improved to 28-2 on the year, 7-0 in league play. And they will now get ready, both teams, for game 2, which will be coming up. We'll take a break. Mike and I will come back. We will recap it. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales, like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at rossdowninghammond.com, rossdowninggonzales.com.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Tuttle Law Firm has been fighting for our clients to get their best recovery for over 20 years. And now that tradition will continue to the next generation.
Hi, I'm Rick Tata, the newest member of the Tata Law Firm.
We understand that it can be frustrating dealing with your claim.
So we're here to help you get what you deserve. If you're seriously injured in an accident, call the Tata Law Firm today.
We're not just a face on an ad.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Tata.
And we welcome you back to Griffin Park here in Geismar as you see the Dutchtown Griffins who defeat the Amant Gators by a final score of 5-0. Dutchtown now 28-2. How about that? 30 games on the year and 28 wins. They are now 7-0 in district play. Nick Gisclair is now 7-0 as he went 6 1/3 innings, shutout baseball, gave up 3 hits, struck out 5. And I believe Mike maybe just ran out a little bit of gas in that 7th inning, but yet he gave the Griffins what they needed to pick up the win.
Absolutely. And, you know, all the hype you have between these two teams and how good they are and the adrenaline that's going to be pumping, Nick Gisclair was the answer exactly to what Dutchtown asked for. I mean, he's like you said, he just ran his record to 7-0. He came in with a .78 ERA. He's going to lower that tremendously, but like you said, maybe just kind of got a little, you know, a little worn out there at the end. His pitch count got a little elevated, but I mean, great job by Jace Bennett coming in and slamming that door.
Well, the hitting star after Jacob Myers had this whole crowd buzzing in the first inning when he struck out the side, and the first 4 batters, Nathan Monso hit a moonshot out to right field, then back-to-back or 2 doubles in the inning, added another run. Dutchtown tacked on 2 more in the 5th, added another in the 6th, and won it by a score of 5-0. So the huge crowd we've had today, they're all sticking around. Some are leaving, but there's going to be another baseball game. We won't have it, but there will be another game today. And Mike Mohler, it's been great to be back. Look forward to coming back and you and I working some playoff baseball in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, good to have you back. I mean, like you said, we saw a little bit of Dutchtown kind of capitalize on their base runners, and Santa Maria just left them out there too much, and a little bit too much Nick Gisclair. But good to have you back. I know we got to go, you know, get a sub for you next week.
Yeah.
2 in a row is asking a little too much.
Yeah,
but we'll get back.
I need a week off. Man.
Yeah, we'll get back at it. You know, in the playoffs.
So Dutchtown wins at 5-0 behind the pitching of Nick Gisclair, and they now win their 28th and are 7-0 in league play. We'd like to remind everyone that you can watch our games live streamed on the Rev Sports 1 YouTube channel each week, as well as the replays on TV on Rev Channel 4. Thanks for watching today. A reminder to join us next Tuesday at 6 from Johnny Ambo Park in Gonzales, as the Spartans will host the Amant Gators in a District 5-5A baseball game. For Mike Mohler, I'm Lyall Boudreaux. You have been watching the Rev Game of the Week.